This is the season where we're in a different room every week because I'm just trying to figure out where I want to record these things. So this week's episode is going to be kind of a crafting update. I have not been doing a lot of it, but I have finished a couple of things, and I wanted to share them with you before I wash them, block them, and pack them away for winter and forgot about them forever. Hello, Irene. Coming to join, bud. I hate it up here. It's hot. Actually, let's get into what I'm wearing. I am wearing the As If tee by Aimee Sher Makes. Out of a linen blend yarn. I have been living in this when I am not working in the basement doing things. We are redoing part of our basement right now to be a dye studio for Plies and Hellhounds. I'm very excited, but it has been a messy process. So now, finished objects. So apologize, you're gonna watch my bangs go from decent to a mess. Because I am sweaty. We're gonna try not to talk about how sweaty I am. I have finished my Store Watch Cowl by Lindsay Fowler from her Salt and Timber book. Look at her. She is complete. I am not putting this on right now. I will put the yarn on the bottom of the screen. I cannot remember it. It's Rosa something. It's a Portuguese yarn. I got it at Wild Hand in Philadelphia when I was there last December for a trunk show. Ugh. And it was such a good knit. It was just like I needed a mindless, no thought, can go on forever cast on. I did sort of in between. Did I do more? I don't remember if I did in between the largest size and the small size. Sorry, Iron's like trying very hard to get comfy on these blankets. But I think he's too hot. So he's just like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did 10 repeats of this. I got 3 balls of this yarn and I used up all of it. I have not washed her, blocked her yet, but she's doing very well. She looks great, so I'm expecting to get a little bit of growth because I'm gonna aggressively block her out so I just get like a little bit more room in the neck. I can double up her, but she is snug, but it is cozy. So hopefully it'll be a cold winter so I can actually wear this. I'm so excited. Ugh, she looks so good. So finished object number 1, she's done. Get a sip of, I went to Joann's today. Side story, I dropped my machine off to get fixed. I brought the sewing machine in to get serviced. I dropped her off at the doctor's today, and to make myself feel better, I went to Joann's, and all their Halloween stuff is very witchy. So I got Big Witch Energy mug and Welcome Witches welcome mat because we didn't have our own welcome mat for the front door, and I also got a wind chime, well, a wooden garland thing that I'm gonna add bells and feathers to and put outside to be a wind chime because it's July, so it's Halloween now. I'm not taking any questions on that. Finished object number 2. It's done, sort of. I have finished Jake's second sock. This is the Sucker Punch colorway on COLORWHEEL yarns on her zebra base, and I just did a 3x1 pattern sock, heel flapping gusset. I did the double gusset because that fits Jake's feet really well. Downside, I have no idea where the first sock is. Not a clue. I have opened up every tote bag, project bag, backpack that I can see and think of, and I still cannot find this sock. I have no idea where it is. I honest to God have no clue. I'm gonna check one more bag because the last place I remember seeing it was New York City. So I have a deep-seated fear that I left it at the hotel that we stayed at for Jake's birthday, or it's at 11 Madison Park. I don't think it's there. I feel like they would have been like, hey, that weird girl who was knitting neon yarn the whole time left a fucking sock in my booth. But I fear I may have left it in the hotel, which makes me so sad. I think that's the last place I remember seeing it, because I remember either before we left for the trip before we left for dinner, I took out the sock. That way my project bag wasn't too full. I will keep you updated. But Jake has one sock, which worked because he does, we've each lost one blue striped sock somehow in laundry and moving and whatnot. So he can just wear a neon friend with it. I'm really sad. He was so excited for these socks too. I have to find, I'm gonna look. There's one more bag. I'm gonna double check the bag that I took and maybe double check his bag that he took to New York. Cause that's the only other place that I don't think I've checked. So I might have to cast him on like an apology pair of socks for losing his pair of socks. I just get a breeze every so often and it feels so nice. So let's finish object number 2. I really don't remember when I finished the first sock, so maybe that will give me a hint. I'm gonna have to Sherlock Holmes this. I have been working on one other project sort of slowly, and that is my sweet lace tee. This was a test knit that I was working on, and I obviously did not finish in time. The pattern is released. It is lovely. Everyone needs one. I think it's so cute. It's making me feel all of like the witchy lace fall vibes that I want. I am so close to finishing sleeve number 1. I am knitting this out of my hand-dyed yarn, Pleasant Hellhounds, on my Selkie base in the All My Nights colorway. I believe I'm knitting a size 2. Like the billowy Victorian sleeves, but with lace. I am half a lace repeat away from the cuffs of sleeve 1. We're so close. We are so close. My goal this week is to finish the sleeve and pick up the next sleeve. That is my crafting goal. I miss crafting a lot. And I'm thinking in the very beginning, way back when, I feel like I always had like a crafting goal for what I wanted to finish for like the next time I recorded. I feel like I need to bring that back so then I can check box things and that will get me back into the crafting mojo. Cause like I want to knit all this, but I have no idea what next or how or who or anything. So yeah, my goal before I record next is to finish this sleeve. I can't wear this anytime soon or I will perish, but I want it ready for the fall. So bad. So bad. And that is what I've been crafting. I have been putting some work into my Purl Soho half and half wrap. That has been my go-to during the dye day, and I brought it on the knitting cruise that I went on Tuesday that Gail Zucker hosts every year in the Thimble Islands in Connecticut. Love it. It's one of my favorite summer days. It's amazing. It's just a sunset cruise around the Thimble Islands. We all bring snacks. Sometimes we all bring drinks. This time there was a bar on board and we knit on a boat for like 2 hours and it's lovely. And then we all go home and keep knitting and it's delightful. Like I have crafting ideas. I really want to sew like a linen dress, and I saw a mushroom fabric at Joann's and I need to make a replacement dress of this, and I really want a mushroom one. They also had a ton of floral on black fabric at Joann's today that I barely walked away from. It's been a lot of house stuff. We've been in here for over a month now officially. I think on the 6th was our 1 month in the house and like completely out of the apartment. And we are getting very close to setting up the dye studio. The walls are up. They have been mudded. I have to go down and sand and mud for the second time today. Mostly just like making sure that like all the mesh like the mesh tape is covered, and like the parts that they had done are terrible. So we have to go back and like fix all that. So it's like they just threw the mud at the wall and hoped for the best. So we have to go back and fix that. And then my goal is to get that done today. It's 4 o'clock now, so I have 2 hours to edit and get everything uploaded before the Patreon weekly chat is due. That goes out every Friday at 6:30. If you want to join our Patreon, you get an extra little weekly chat of my ramblings and behind the scenes and all the fun things. And then, yeah, so that way tomorrow, hopefully, it can just be light sanding, cleaning the walls, and maybe painting. I really want to I would love to get in there to work next week and really just start going. The advent calendars sale ends tomorrow / today when this goes out, because this goes out on Saturday. So today, if you're watching this on July 15th, they're done. So like once they're done, like it's go time. We gotta go. We're getting ready for Indie Untangled. We're doing the Color of the Year advent with Indie Untangled this year too. We've got our advents. It's all happening. We're moving, we're shaking, we're sweating. Obviously, we're only sweating. And like I want to work on this space a little bit. I'm hoping maybe like Vlogmas. This could be like a real good project, like painting up here and decorating and getting everything settled in and making it feel like my craft space, because it still just feels like a weird attic room to somebody else. So that is the crafting. I have sort of been reading a little bit. I did have a reading day with some friends in June. We went to a local winery and we did the same thing. We set our timer for like 30-40 minutes. We read and then we talked about our books. It was amazing. It was lovely. There were snacks, there was wine, there was reading. What else could you ask for? I will put the books up here. I have to go find my Kindle. It's, again, in a bag. Things are chaotic in my life. I think I read 2 books. The second one was a paranormal eel romance. And I'm just going to leave that there with you. So have fun with that one. I have been listening to a book series called The Witch Haven and The Witch Hunt by Sasha Peyton. So the first one is The Witch Haven by Sasha Peyton Smith. It is the chef's kiss, like, comfort witch read that I needed. It's 1911, It's 1911, turn of the century, New York City. This girl is a tailoress in a big shop in New York, and she's just trying to make it by, and like lives in a like above the factory, and all, you know, it's just trying to make it on the Lower East Side. I don't remember where she lives. She might be the Lower East Side. I have no idea. And then traumatic things happen, and oh no, she's a witch. So she gets whisked off to the Witch Academy in New York City for witches, and like, meets a boy, and he knows the mystery about her brother's murder, which happens. That doesn't happen. She tells you about it like immediately. She's like, I'm a seamstress and my brother's been murdered. It's a mystery. And like, just chaos. There's like Irish boys. There's magic fight clubs. It's magic school. They just chaotic bisexuals everywhere. It's delightful. I've been listening to it on Scribed. I am on the second book, so everything happened in the first book, and now it's like 2 years later, and they have to go to Paris to do mystery things, because spoilers. So I am thoroughly enjoying it. It is about 10 hours each book, and that's been what I've been listening to while I'm painting or dyeing or cleaning or spackling or measuring for drywall. Very good. Chef's kiss. I think I just found it like scrolling on Scribe for like contemporary magical romances. Romance is not like the main thing. It's definitely more of like the friendship and like the magic plot line. Like the romance is very much like fade to black. It's fine. I think I need to get like on a Katie Robert kick, or I kind of want to reread ACOTAR. Like I feel that coming on. I haven't done it since ACOSIF came out, so maybe I just need to do like a whole series reread. Like just start it. Maybe I have to do like a timeline in order read. No. Maybe. I don't know. No. Okay. It's fine. And that has been what we have been up to. I am excited to, again, get into like a crafting space, be able to make things again, and work on a nice summer wardrobe before I melt to death. but I'm really just excited to get into the dye studio. So there we go. That is what I have for you this week. Thank you so much for joining us again. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe. I put out videos almost every Saturday. And if you want to see a little bit more behind the scenes, we do have a Patreon where I put out extra weekly chit chats. You get early access to clubs, behind the scenes stuff, all that jazz. And I will talk to you in the next video. Goodbye.